This is Inside the 18, presented by Northside Automotive, your weekly look into the men's and women's soccer programs at West Virginia University. Both teams are well into their conference season, with the women continuing a homestand and the men with a key matchup on the road. Here's Adam Zundel with the scores and highlights.
Friday night was pink night as the West Virginia Mountaineers went up against Iowa State on a rainy evening in Morgantown. WVU took the early lead as Francis Silva scored from the top of the penalty area to make the score 1-0. Scoring opportunities on this blustery evening were few and far between, but West Virginia took advantage of their best chance in the second half as Kate Schwindel took a nice chip from Silva and beat the Cyclones keeper for the 2-0 advantage. Sarah Keene earned her 5th clean sheet of the season and her first in Big 12 play as the 2-0 scoreline prevailed. Then on Sunday, West Virginia took on the TCU Horned Frogs. From the start, the Mountaineers were the aggressors. That led to the first goal of the day. It came from Francis Silva, who blasted a shot from 25 yards out that the TCU keeper had no chance to save. TCU tied the game at 1 when a free kick rebounded off the post and was slotted in. The score remained tied at 1 apiece until the 55th minute when Kate Schwindel's shot was saved and Ashley Lawrence was there to put in the rebound. But TCU equalized 8 minutes later when a shot again went off the post and was put in on the rebound. WVU was the clear leader statistically, but couldn't turn that advantage into a winner as the match ended regular time at 2 apiece. In the first overtime, West Virginia continued the onslaught of the TCU goal with no effect, but finally, there was a breakthrough.
Kelsey had the ball, and I knew that slashing run was on all day, so I made that slashing run, and she found me, and then it was just me and the keeper, and we work on breakaways so much, I just calmed down a little and found the back of the net.
Schwindel's 10th goal of the season was the winner as WVU remained perfect in the Big 12 at 5-0 and garnered their 6th win in a row. Over on the men's side, the Mountaineers dropped a 1-0 heartbreaker to conference foe Hartwick last Friday evening in New York. WVU outshot Hartwick 14-2, but just couldn't find the net despite several chances. West Virginia is now 5-6-1 on the season and 1-2 in the Mid-American Conference. The news was brighter earlier in the week as West Virginia hosted Stony Brook last Tuesday. The Mountaineers had the better chances in the opening moments of the game, but couldn't find the net until the 37th minute. That's when Majid Osman scored his 5th goal of the season. A minute later, it was 2-0 as a Stony Brook defensive error led to an own goal. And that's where the score would be as the first half ended. Stony Brook had the lead in the 69th minute, but then Alex Ochoa was brought down in the box. Andy Bevan converted the penalty to give the Mountaineers a 3-1 cushion that would prove to be the final score.
We're well past the midway point for each program. In fact, the women's team only has one more home game remaining. Let's take a look at what's ahead for WVU soccer. Friday night is indeed the women's final home game of the season. It will be senior night against Kansas. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. at Dick Dalesk Soccer Stadium. The men step out of conference play Tuesday night when High Point visits Dick Dalesk Soccer Stadium, and then again on Saturday when Georgia State travels to Morgantown. Both games kick off at 7 p.m. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for another edition of Inside the 18 presented by Northside Automotive.